Someone's in the air for those extra seconds, your brain is there with them, imagining how that might feel, what that journey could be like. Before I joined Cirque, I'd seen O when it was about 1 year old, when I was working in the US. So that was probably 25, 26 years ago. And I remember that 90 minutes being one of the most, just walking out of the theatre thinking it was one of the most unbelievable things I'd ever seen. So a few years later, I worked for many years in entertainment as a dancer and rehearsal director. So when I stopped performing, I had the opportunity to move to Cirque Du Soleil as an assistant artistic director. And yeah, in the interview, I went over to Spain to see one of our other big top shows. And again, was just so blown away by the show. I remember calling my partner, being just in that mode in intermission of, if they offer me this job, I'm going. I moved to Spain with them about a year later. No, about a month later. So. My home, I'm from Sheffield, but my home is London. My home is still London, but I tour full time with whichever show I'm working on. But because I was working in a touring dance company before that, that was quite normal in a way. For me, it was more normal being on tour than living at home. So I'd actually been based back in London for about a year and a half before I went back on the road and was like, this is my normal place. When I first joined, I worked on Corteo. Then I moved to Ameluna as artistic director in 2013. Then Curious in 2016, and I took over Alegría earlier this year. My daily routine is very varied depending on what's happening. On a regular day, normally most of our days start with training. So I'll come in when the acrobats are training, as you can see behind me. Check in with how they're all doing, who's injured, who's sick, who's in or out for the day. Then I go around my team. I work with a team of stage managers, wardrobe, acrobatic coaches, and physiotherapists. So check in with the team to sort of plan what the show's going to be that day, because we have a few things that can move around and rotate. Then check back in with all the other directors, so the technical team, the front of house staff, the logistical team, to just see more the medium to long-term things that are happening, because we're always in the process of getting ready for the next city or the next country or the next venue, or if I'm hiring someone, is their immigration going to be on time? So there's always multiple sort of short, medium and long-term things I need to do every day. For me, my favourite bit of the day is the time I get to spend on stage with the show, with the artists. The way that Cirque du Soleil shows is run is like any large-scale theatre entertainment show. So the main difference is the disciplines that we're working with. Rather than singers, actors, dancers, you're introducing high-level physical performance that's incredibly unique. Like often there's only one or two people in the world that could do that. So you're always having to have that vision. If someone's off sick, how do you replace the only one person in the world that can do that? So that's where the job gets interesting, or a little different to musical theatre, that you've got 10 swings or backups for everyone. Alegría is a really iconic show from Cirque du Soleil. It was originally created in 1994 through to 2014. Alegría in a new light, which is this version, was reimagined and brought back to the current public in 2019. So they wanted to re-look at every single aspect of the show, the music, the costumes, the acrobatic content, essentially the storyline and its skeleton in a way stayed the same, but every single aspect was re-looked at, reimagined to make it relevant to 2023. I think Cirque excite people in a way, like physical human performance connects with an audience in a way that nothing else can. When you see people flying, your brain, like watching flying trapeze behind me, each time someone's in the air for those extra seconds, your brain is there with them, imagining how that might feel what that journey could be like. It makes the impossible seem achievable because the people we work with they make the impossible look easy. And that's what's so exciting. And I think as long as we keep connecting our audience's hearts, emotions and minds in that way, they do something that no other company can.